Hello everybody, it's your boy Muse, and today we're gonna go over Zenless Zone Zero's 3.0 banners, alright, and see who is the must-pull of 3.0. So, first things first, we're gonna talk about Valina. Now, Valina is low-key complicated to me, because she is in between valid and must pull for me. And the only reason I'm saying must pull, or thinking must pull, is because you know Zenless, guys. Zenless is going to cater the endgame around her element. She is the first of her kind, Wind Anomaly, and I believe she's going to be the only Wind Anomaly, unless we get like an off-field Wind Anomaly or something like that. But I believe she's going to be the only Wind Anomaly, right? So that's what's kind of making her a must-pull. And I know that most people tend to be weary of the first, however, it would be disadvantageous if the devs were to release another Wind Anomaly character. I think we'll be getting stuff like Wind Stun, Wind Support, Wind Attack, Wind Rupture, but not another Wind Anomaly. And she'll be the anomaly that goes with everybody, right? You just won't get disorders, so you need a Bloom characters. But at the same time, a Void Hunter is coming. The thing that would make her a must-pull is if she is as helpful as Nangong is to Anomaly, right? I'm gonna put her at valid. I'm gonna keep her at the tip top of valid, because you will need a Wind character. And right now it's just because she's the first. Hopefully we'll have more Wind characters coming in and helping us out, that Valina will probably lose her value. Not complete value, but she won't be as important as saying she's a must-pull, right? So I'm gonna put her in valid. And to be honest, she's up against some heavy hitters in her version, right? Because she's up against a Void Hunter. And I'm gonna say Ye Xingguang is behind Valina. Yes, she's a Void Hunter. Yes, she's pretty valid, but even the last DA showed us that they are willing to shill for Anomaly, which means they are willing to shill for Wind more than they're gonna shill for Attack or Physical soon. Alright, so I'm thinking Ye Xingguang, her time in the sun is about to be like Miyabi soon. Yes, she's still strong. Yes, she'll still give you easy clears, but the shill, guys. The shill is always more important than how powerful a character is, because they can make that power look like nothing any time of the week. Alright, next we have Norma, and Norma looks like she's going to be a great stunner. However, looking over her kit, she just looks like a coverage. She doesn't seem to beat out the likes of Nangong or Dailin. She just seems like a strong option, especially if you have a Rupture stun, and especially if you're playing like Bonway. Heck, maybe if you're even playing Evelyn. And if you plan on playing Pyroy seriously. So, yes, Norma will be a strong option. However, but then again, she is stronger than the likes of a lot of version 2 and version 1 stunners. So I'm gonna go ahead and say she's valid. Because the likes of Trigger, Ching Yi's almost too much investment, but the likes of Trigger, Lighter, and everyone before Dailin and Nangong are more like coverage slots. Yeah, like the likes of Jufufu, and to be honest, it's like they're trying to kick Jufufu down the brick, because what's the point of getting Jufufu when Norma's right there? But Jufufu still works with people like Pyrois. He only wants 2,000 decibels, and then here comes Jufufu giving you an extra 1,000 decibels, so bam, 4,000 decibels for 2 ults, that's great. So Jufufu still has... She still has options of being played with, but she would be a coverage, because you have better stunners you can go with. So where Nangong and Dailin would be must-pulls, I think Norma is a is a valid option. See, guys, this is a dangerous patch because here we have Sana, and Sana, because the likes of Astra exist, and Sana doesn't outright beat out Astra, and Sana only had her time in the sun because of her veil, and we are no longer in veil meta. We are entering wind meta, which is why I'm gonna put Sana right here. Cause heck, it's Sana that makes Ye Xingguang great in the first place. So yeah, I'm gonna put Sana right here. Cause Sana, but then again, Sana works with attack and anomaly. However, she doesn't make anomaly do anomaly things. She makes anomaly crit. Yeah, I'm just gonna put Sana right here because Sana's up against Shill, and Shill always wins. And then Sana is perfect right here because she helps Ye Xingguang be a valid pull. And then we have Norma back here because Norma is going to be a strong stunner and a valid stunner, even though she's another fire stun. Alright, so as you can see, version 3.0 is going to be devastating on people's wallets and pull plans. You have to decide who do you want to go after. Now, luckily for me, I'm playing a shooters only account. Now, there are 3 shooters here. Gilgamesh Claws. There are 3 shooters here, but Norma is my top priority, and I will see who is coming out in 3.1, and especially if Ramiel is a shooter or not. I think Ramiel is going to be coming out with the Horse Girl, because they already have the Horse Girl's model ready to go. However, they did tease Clarette's picture, but model versus picture, I think Horse Girl's coming up next, and Horse Girl gotta be coming out with Ramiel, because come on, unless they plan on releasing one of the Sunbringers, I think Ramiel and Horse Girl are gonna be our anniversary units. So, with that being said, is there anyone in 2.8 that's worth pulling on versus 3.0? Oh, and I gotta say, no. No, unless you're a Billy fan. Billy's a coverage, guys. Unless you're a Billy fan, I would not be pulling on Billy. And then, the only reason Orphe is invalid, to be honest, I'm about to throw her off of valid after 3.0. But the only reason Orphe is invalid is because she is perfect for Sambi. So if you're a Sambi player, yes, pull your Orphe. However, she is nowhere on the likes of the other 4 here. And in fact, she's almost useless. And the only reason I've kept Orphe up here invalid for so long is because during version 2, we were kind of hoping that we would get another Aftershock character, but it looks like Sambi is our only Aftershock character, which is why for the rest of 3.x, Orphe will be going down to coverage because she's really just for Sambi. Yes, you can kind of use her as a sub DPS / support, but it's not worth it. There are way better answers. Alright, there you have it, everybody. Wait a minute. Before we close out for tonight, I need you to remember, if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If I want the 50-50 to your hearts, hit the subscribe button. But always remember, a Solda is the must-pull of must-pulls. Good night.
See you later, too.